free. V8 hearts in a symphony. Track lights glowing like stars, chasing dreams in racing cars. Fuel, burning speed unreal. Courage is the driver's deal. Roaring louder than the crowd. Legends rise, fierce and proud. V8 veterans, heroes of the lane. Race in our blood, feel the octane. Fast as lightning, chasing the fame. V8 veterans, remember the name. On the edge where legends ride, every corner adrenaline inside. Victory's flag waves in sight, never backing down from the fight. Underneath the blazing sun, battles fought, battles won. In their hearts the fire's true. V8 spirit, we salute you. V8 veterans, heroes of the lane. Race in our blood, feel the octane. Fast as lightning, chasing the fame. V8 veterans, remember the name. Underneath the blazing sun, battles fought, battles won. In their hearts the fire's true. V8 spirit, we salute you. V8 veterans, heroes of the lane. Race in our blood, feel the octane. And fast as lightning, chasing the fame. V8 veterans, remember the name.
G'day, g'day. How are we all?
Good, Andrew. How you doing, mate?
Good, Dean. How are you?
Good, good.
Good evening, Andrew and Dean.
Evening, Zippy.
Hey, Zippy. Good to be able to make it, mate. I got an inside word that it was your wedding anniversary, so I gather you've been given a night out.
No, we did all the fun in this morning and this afternoon. Went over to Queenscliff and had some lunch and came back. It was too bloody hot to do much else.
Well, thank you to Mrs. Zippy for letting us have you tonight, mate.
She doesn't need thanking. She gets me for 39 years.
She'd be sick of you by now, I'm sure.
Pretty much. Well, this should be a rip turner. It's the last race of the season.
Yeah, it's always good to have the last race at Bathurst, especially.
Yeah, just give me a minute. I got some points ready from where we were at as of last week, so we might have a quick look at those before we have a look at the track this week. Yeah, right. So this was after race 9. Trent Allen out in front, obviously. Yeah. What do you think of that, guys?
Yeah, he's had a terrific season. I think he's going to be a front runner in Split 2 next season as well, I reckon. So I'm sure I'll be having a few battles with him myself if I can keep up with him.
Yeah, I concur, Dean. I saw him in practice session and he was doing 204.1s, and I've gone, bloody hell, this guy's definitely going to be a front runner in Split 2. So yeah, looking forward to it. But I wish I had his talent.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few of them up there. Obviously, Mac McMillan, he's also putting in some great lap times, and Nick, as always, he's obviously been very consistent this year. So May Thim and Wayne Sanderson in Split 2 as well, depending on what happens here at Bathurst. So being a non-drop round, it's quite important to try and stay up the front if you're looking for that promotion.
Yeah, it's the all-important round, really. Not only all that, but a send-off for Gen-2 as well. And yeah, it's all on the line with it being non-droppable, as you say, Dean.
Yeah. Looking forward to the new cars coming out. It's going to be a whole new challenge for sure.
Oh, being Bathurst,
Right.
being an old track, there's a lot of old drivers there that have been racing for a long time. So it should be interesting to see what they do tonight too. So looking forward to that. Blokes like Roy Clark and Mark Peck and do that, and Will Munro and a few, and Ed Cullen if he's racing tonight. And there's a few there that have been racing just as much longer than I have.
Yeah, well, I think being an Aussie circuit, and you know, I think Zippy, you should do the track talk and walk today.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, God, here we go. All right, coming around the turn 1, Hell Corner, down to second gear, going all the way up to turn 2 into fifth, from up to fifth gear, clicking it down to third. Some guys like to do it in second, going around there, trying to keep wide, up into third, click it down to back to second, and then into fourth. Oh, you go down second. I'm losing it now, Dean. I can't remember where I am. But yeah, fourth be second, clicking it up to fourth gear all the way over the top.
Yeah, it's quite slippery up there. It's all about sort of trying to keep momentum. Going through Frog Hollow again, it's really trying to keep the momentum up and get the lines right.
It's exhilarating when you get it right going through there, though, isn't it? You know,
yeah, there's a lot
when it bites in and when the grip's there, it just feels
That's right, and I think obviously all the way through the mountains where you can make up most of the time. And then obviously coming down into the S's, it's pretty scary for everyone. The faster you go, obviously, the scarier it is. But again, important to try and stay tight on that turn 13 and again tight on 14 before you get on the gas real hard again. through a fast chicane before you get into Forest Elbow. This one caught a few people out in the last race, clipping the inside curb, as Luke would know all about that. Also see someone lose a wheel there in split 2. So, but again, getting a good drive out of 18 really sets you up for Conrod Straight before you go through the slight right turn before a hard braking zone into turn 21. Important again to try and get that right. Give you a good run down to through 22 and down into Murray's Corner. Quite a tough left-hander again, hard to keep traction. But yeah, before you get onto the start-finish line straight. And
Right.
that's a lap round Bathurst.
Good stuff, guys.
Wish it was easy as you said it.
Yeah, I wish it was.
All
Are we
right,
bringing the grid up?
bring the grid up, Andrew.
Yeah, we'll get the grid underway. It's going to be a long race, so we'll rip through this.
Well, no surprises there really. Trent Allen with a 204, 214. That definitely would have put him in the top half a dozen in split 2, that's for sure. Followed by Wayne Sanderson, Southern Cross Racing, 0.4 behind Trent Allen. Oh, no. Where are you going? Go back up. Third place, Matt McMillan, WKMP Sim Sports. Fourth, Mark Peck, M1 Racing. Fifth, Brett Horsell, Privateer. Peter Burney in 6th place. Nick Hasler in 7th. And followed by Will Monroe, Slimrigs Infinity Racing. And Mike Yeo in 9th place. And Marty Hughes in 10th. Want to take over there, Zip?
Followed by Craig Healy in 11th, Roy Clark in 12th. And can you move it up, please, Andrew? Then James Boardman in 13th, Aidan Rice in 14th. And we got Andrew Rushworth, Dean's best friend, in 15th. Wayne Reynolds in 16th. Matt Horton in 17th. Mike Koroloff in 18th. Scott Perrins in 19th. And Michael Parra rounds up the top 20.
Followed by Ed Cullen in 21st, Reg James in 22nd, Joseph Granshaw in 23rd, Mark Dial 24, 25th Andrew Galley, followed by David Galley, Ant Cuthbertson in 27th place, followed by Simon Black, Justin Wood in 29th, Peter Kelleher in 30th, AJ himself in 31st, Michael Hayes in 32nd, Ty Delaney, Scott McKenzie, and John Fillingham. And then I suppose Bruce is race control.
Yeah, Ty Delaney's race control.
And obviously we got non-qualifiers Ray Smith, Jason Chin, and James Cormick.
Yeah, Jason Chin's a safety car as well. But yeah, James Cormick and Ray Smith kind of put times down, I'm guessing. Same with John Fillingham.
There's some fast times
Scott
there.
McKenzie.
Yeah, fast times there. It's you know, most of the things are 2 seconds behind down to 30th, and only 3 seconds. So, yeah, some good times. Should be a cracker of a race.
Yeah, I think the top 15 would certainly slot straight into split 2. It's so competitive now.
Nah, for sure. We need to get 5 splits going, Andrew. You know, start working that committee.
I've got no say over the committee, mate.
Good afternoon, Hamish.
How are you, gentlemen?
Hey, Hamish, welcome.
Very good yourself.
Oh, I'm very, very well, thank you. Excited for the prospects of Gen 3 and upset to see Gen 2 go.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Can't wait, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to change, I think. Anyway, I think we'll push the go button on this and open the gate, release the sheep, whatever the saying is we've come up with.
Let's put the gum boots on and load the sheep up, eh? And Luke Elmore out there, I love you too.
Great start there by Trent. I wonder how they go on the first couple of laps. It was surprising actually, split 2. It's very clean for the first few laps. And everyone behaved themselves and works out it was a long race and nothing's going to be won in the first couple of laps.
Yes, I won't give anything away.
I would put my anticipation and expectation in that I think Trent will likely win this race, but there's 300k's to go, so who knows? But he
Well,
did
yeah.
split 2 in the Bathurst 1000 official by a full lap over the whole field, so he has the history at this track and has the ability to, no doubt he's proved it all season.
And Ray didn't set a time, Hamish, any reason? or-
No, he's so he actually blew his engine on his qualifying lap. But he's been having a lot of issues recently with his PC, his internet specifically as well, so he's actually been getting a lot of back-cross dropouts. But yeah, he's just been in the wars. It hasn't been his season, unfortunately.
I know that feeling.
Yeah. He's definitely his harshest critic as well. He's under the belief he's going to be in split 4 next season.
I don't think so.
I doubt that very much.
Definitely one of them tracks though that if you're starting at the back, it's not all over. That's for sure.
No, that's true. Mr. Rushworth's saying I'm a bit quiet apparently. So no,
Yeah,
someone
just
send me up
just
in
tried
Discord.
turning you up in Discord actually, because I was having trouble hearing you too.
Oh, well, I do apologise.
I went up from 100 to 120%, so hopefully they can hear a bit better now. I'm still not hearing you that well though, but I think I was just thinking about turning the cars down a little bit because they sound quite noisy. There's
We got our first
Joseph
casualty.
Granshaw gone into the wall there.
He looks like he's stuck too.
Yeah.
We got a few gone in the pits
Oh,
too.
he's managed to get it out.
That car looks very magnetic, so I'm surprised he managed to pull it away.
It does, doesn't it?
To the older people, it looks like a silverfish.
I like how Hoffy said engines with 1,000,000 Ks on them, but Hoffy's gone through more engines than anybody I know in vets.
Yeah, he can blow an engine off. There's a few actually on split 2.
Yeah, it's I was doing it occasionally in practice on going up the hill on the first right-hander.
Yeah, quite easy to do on this track.
It's more or less just getting your downshift nice and smooth and not trying to jump gears.
How those volumes sound out there now, guys?
Rushy's saying it's slightly better.
I think every time I've blown an engine, it's been more of an accidental twitch of the gears.
Yeah, I remember a while ago it was getting quite common, and they were saying to me, you have to let the engine warm up before you can start clunking down gears quickly. So yeah, once I started letting the car warm up, I didn't have as many blown engines.
Yeah, it's never a nice feeling sitting on the side of the track, calling race control.
Peter Verme is another one that surprised me. He does a lot of laps on this track in other leagues and in practice. He was setting some beautiful practice times. It's no doubt that why he's up in 5th position.
So when's the actual release date for the Gen 3s?
The 11th of December for Australia.
Yeah, okay.
11th
So
for us, is it? 10th in America, is it?
Yes, that's right.
So guys like Jet,
see, now
Jeff
I've
will have
got
it
an
all.
extra night to wait.
Whoa.
James McCormack, lost his rear spoiler. So Jeff Eddy will get it before you, Andrew.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, I'll say it again. It was a good move by the committee to make this one the last round of the season. Nice big long race on one of the hardest tracks around. So yeah, it was a great move.
They probably made it. They made a very educated guess that Gen 3 was going to be out, so they played their cards right for that scenario. And even if Gen 3 wasn't coming out, this is, I think, still a good race to end the season.
Yeah, I much prefer this one than Sandown. 40 odd cars around the small little track didn't excite me.
I much prefer it here.
Evening, gents.
Evening, Mark.
Hey, Marcus.
Hey, Mark, how are you, mate?
Yeah, not too bad, mate.
I'm still under the impression that vets should do a proper injury, like a proper 500k race at Phillip Island once a year, since that's the most used track that vets has got.
Yeah, look, I'm interested to see how the what the popularity in Gen 3 will be. I mean, coming into officials, few old faces or old names starting to appear. I wonder how much more it's going to get, or is it going to be a big fizzer?
I think it's going to be popular.
I think it'll be popular for the first season. We'll see
Is
what
that-
happens there.
Is that Yo in the that's smoking up the back there?
No,
Right.
he's just in behind Will.
Someone's blown up by the looks of
Yep,
it.
down the back there you can see the smoke.
Hey, Rushy's on board with my idea.
Yeah, he's Dean. Have you said hello to Andrew?
Hello, Andrew. How you doing, mate?
He looks forward to listening to you every Saturday.
Well, no, I just had some good battles with him in Split 3. And, yeah, when I was in Split 3 a couple of seasons ago. And they were towards the front. So I, really thought he'd push on and get into Split 2. But he does drive about 8 different cars a week. I don't know how he does it. So I know how hard it is jumping out of one and into the V8. It's got a totally different feel to it. So yeah, maybe if he spent a bit more time in the V8s, he'd certainly. I think he'd be in Split 2 for sure. Because I love Andrew.
Okay.
So also, it's pretty exciting with the Adelaide Street Circuit coming out.
Yeah, that'll be a great one, eh?
Yeah.
Although, yeah, watching 4 cars pile in at turn 8 with the real ones the other weekend sort of should have us wary.
Great for people to swear about the pit entry at Adelaide as well.
Yeah, street circuits are good for that, aren't they?
I actually flew down to watch that. It was it's not the best circuit to view at, but it's definitely a good event. Sure.
Yes, they had a drop-in speedway circuit there this year. That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
So,
speedway
old
on
cricket
and
ground, yeah, that
Supercross.
they dumped a lot of sand on first and then turned it into speedway.
Yeah.
So the $1 million question, Mark, is everyone's out there asking, after the race, how did you feel about the setup?
Nobody was asking Mark Dyer what he thought of the setup.
Well, let's put it this way. I gave Jamie a setup.
Oh no, this is like you
We
said
used-
this last week, then you said it again last night on the Split 4 one, and now we're hearing it again.
No, I gave you one.
There was
and,
nothing wrong with the setup. It was wonderful.
Okay,
it was the most twitchiest thing I'd ever driven.
Bit of
So-
buffering
Unlike the
effect.
one
It
that
got-
I had, it was
It
more
got me the
stable.
fastest ever lap I've done around this place, but I must admit I didn't perform well at midnight on a Thursday night with it. But it wasn't
Well,
the setup, that was
that we
me.
used, the setup that we used for the 1000, Anthony Visma drove us from 3rd place 1 lap down to 2nd place on the lead lap in 1.5 stints. Tell me that was a slow setup.
well, I liked it.
I thought it was twitchy.
To be fair to Vismark,
That's all, and the view, and how many engines did get popped? Split 1,
liked it.
split 2. But 3 pops on quite a few last night. Why? Because the gear ratio wasn't right.
Looks
Well,
like Trent Allen's in the race of his own at the moment. He's currently nearly a 4-second lead.
I think he's just confirming what we've known for the majority of the season, is that he should have been in split 2, but now he is next season.
Yeah,
I don't think there's any way he can drop out of the top 5 because of his 6 best performances.
So who's in his team? Any other drivers that we know?
I know of one other driver who's not in Vets, who's actually stepping into an Infinity car for the SRWC M500, Kurt Nommensen. I think there's a couple others as well that race for this team.
Well, I just reckon everyone should be opening their wallets and offering him a drive for next season.
Oh no, they're like, I don't know if he'll step away from that team.
Signed up.
Money can talk.
Yeah, money talks. $50.
Andrew, couple of woolly jumpers for the year.
Yeah, woolly jumpers is a good call. I was going to say coffee mugs, but no.
Well, we can get coffee mugs from Red James if we need them.
Yeah, Trent Allen, if you're out there listening, you know, and you want a couple of free coffee mugs, feel free and come aboard AJR.
Coffee mugs and a sheet.
We may even extend to a polar fleece or something like that.
They give you a branded sheep that's yours, just spray painted with Trent on the side.
That's it. We'll
You're underselling it. We'll put his race number on there as well.
and we'll call his car Dolly.
And Zippy also makes claims that he gives his teammates fuel canisters instead of himself.
Oh, thank God you said fuel.
I was going to say. So, Mark, Hoff reckons you're the twitchy one and the setup was choice.
That's Hoff. Hoff could drive a polished turd.
So apparently you got a few buffering problems with the live stream. Is it still doing that, guys? Or
It could also be. It'll also depend what quality they're watching it on. If they're watching it on 1440, oh no, it's not streaming to 1440, so they can't. The best they can watch is 1080.
Yeah, I noticed a tremor on the playback too that on YouTube, but seems to have settled again now. I'm not sure what I'll do about it anyway, to be honest. Must have just been a tremor in the force, I think. It's been good.
Pecky's been doing really well for the last couple of weeks. He's really, since he moved teams, I think his driving's really improved.
I think often when you're in a team for so long, just that change of environment can really just change how you approach racing, or just help get your confidence back up a little bit.
Well, he might not have the pressure of having to sort everyone out, and you can just sit in the seat and go.
saying is that we need to swap teams.
No, being management of a team is a pain in the neck.
Hamish is just sending subliminal messages to everyone.
Yeah, I've already signed up for next year. I've got me 2 mugs in the post.
I hate this part, but you still, yeah, as Andrew said, the whole track I hate. But if you get it right, you feel so good. What team does Wayne Sanderson drive for?
SCR races for Mr. Hoffman's team.
I was just putting that out there, so.
Maybe Wayne will have some team offers.
Yeah, well, why not? He's really improved.
Interestingly, I have seen Andrew Hoffman sign up with a non-SCR driver for a 500k race. He has signed up with Jim Caperonis as his co-driver. Of course, they used to be teammates when Andrew was at WKMP.
We see Jim
But
joining.
they are in for next season. I don't know. That's a question for Mr. Caperonis.
I suppose it won't be long now before all the new Apex, whatever, before we find out who's changed where and who's gone what and who's joined who.
Silly season, I think they call it.
Yeah.
Little backdoor dunny meetings.
Maybe some teams will have returning drivers as well. who have previously driven for them.
Well, that sounds like you've got a little bit of a scoop going.
Oh, maybe. I have all the scoops. Zippy, you should know this.
Do you have a dog?
I do have a dog actually. His name's
Well,
Dale.
that's why you got scoops.
Exactly.
Yeah, pick up the poop. Oh, Tred's gone off to the 5.5 second lead, but the rest of the field is tight, all the way down to 18th.
Yeah, it's not actually the easiest track to pass on. When you're all similar pace, it's unless someone's going to give you a bit of room, you know, to chuck it down the inside on some of these hard braking, you know, you just.
Yeah, still it's pretty early though too, because you lap 8, you'd be thinking at least 1 to 2 safety cars in the race, but you know.
Oh yeah, but you're really you've got to rely on someone making a mistake going wide, or you know, trying to put them under pressure. And it's really not that easy to pass.
Are you guys under the belief that Trent should have gone to split 2?
No, not really, not in his first season.
No, I think most drivers need to find their footing a little bit, and I think Trent's done that. He'll be all the better for it to go in wherever the split is going.
It's a whole new ball game as well,
Yeah.
going into split 2. I mean, he's still going to be one of the quickest, but I think
He'll probably
know,
learn, it's a different racing style, isn't it? To split
Yeah,
3?
I think the way he races though, that he'll adapt quite well. Now, if you're going to say stuff like that, then Uran should have been in at least split 3.
Yeah.
This is true, but his season also may have gotten better because he was picked up by a team pretty much immediately as well. He may not have done so well as a privateer all season.
I don't know. I think it's like Dean in his first season. You know, he sort of started off a little bit scratchy and was doing all right, but then once the half the season went by, he started to really improve, and that could be his racing knowledge from past motorbike racing and stuff like that. But you know, I think just as long as he got used to the cars, he knew, you know, he knew how to race.
Hey, Trent Allen's in the chat saying it's tempting. He does drink a lot of coffee, so you are selling him on Team AJR with coffee mugs.
Oh,
what about if we chuck in a sheep?
Is there a team out there that has a coffee sponsor, like Nespresso or something?
I have a genuine supplier for coffee mugs. We are going to put something together once Gen 3 comes out. I've just been waiting because I couldn't see the point in doing it with a car that was about to run out. So, well, we will do something. Zippy's insisted that he's more of a travel mug man than a coffee mug man. So we'll probably be doing both.
I do think that travel mugs have got more use to them because you can just use them at home.
See, I'm the opposite. I'd hardly ever use a travel mug, but I basically collect the coffee mugs. So yeah, we'll definitely do both.
I think you're selling yourself short, Mr. Peck. I think you've improved. I think you should, you know, hats off to you. I think you've really improved this season. Peter Verme up 3. Doing a really good job. I didn't see what happened to Wayne. Did something happen to him? Did he miss a corner?
I missed it too.
A good race. There's a few movers and shakers, but no one's sort of like up 15, 16 yet. And so everyone's just settling in.
Everyone had a very good pace, a very even pace. I
Yeah,
kept
be interesting to see what Wayne can do here, because I think he's, you know, a fair bit faster than Peter and Mark, and not necessarily Mark, but see if he can get past, because just to prove my point on, even if you have got half a second over someone, it's definitely not easy to get past.
Oh yeah, Peter Kelleher is right. WKMP got A21 coffee thanks to Reg James.
I thought there was another one somewhere. I think within the was it HSR?
Well, the best that Infinity can offer you as coffee is coffee with WD-40 in it. There's not much else we can offer you.
Who's gone in the pits? Roy Clark's gone in the pits, followed by Craig Healy.
Going for the undercut.
Oh, careful.
Aidan Rice.
He's here to have
Hello,
an
Mr.
argument
Hoffman.
with Kyle.
Good evening.
Coffee,
Mr.
how are
Hoff.
we?
Andrew, coffee.
Oh, that's better. Yeah, I
Who
don't
the
know who
fuck
that Andrew
is-
bloke is.
There's two of you there.
Now I'm going to have to turn coffee down. Off the charts.
How many engines have you blown this year, Hoffy?
Let's see, in a race, one, in practice, half a dozen.
Yeah.
I thought you'd at least blown 3 this season, Hoffy, in the race.
Last season you had a few, didn't you?
Yeah, last season I was driving a bit erratically.
When don't you drive erratically?
Well, you gotta know how to drive a setup, Mark, before you can start driving erratically.
Didn't
Mark
do
got
too
a new
bad.
nick- Has Mark got a new nickname, Hoff? Twitchy.
Witty, yeah, I like it.
I'll try and, through the race, I'll try and come up with a nickname for Dial.
I can give you the backstory on this livery that Will's got if you like while we're focused on it.
Okay.
Oh, now we're not focused on it, so I won't. That's fine.
He's done better too. I watched him in practice the other night, and he was setting some really nice times. Will, he's also in the last few weeks he's really jumped up.
Yeah, he again, at the start of the season, he also struggled with a lot of PC issues. Turned out that he had corrupted BIOS on his computer that just threw everything out of whack. But he sorted out those issues now, so
Yeah.
without staying out of trouble next season because he's not coming up from split 3. But and I think most likely there'll probably be another driver come down and then fit him into split 3. It's probably Robbie because he's only raced 4 times now, including
Did he have his knee operation or didn't he go for it?
Robbie.
Robbie.
Robbie. I'm not sure. Actually.
Robbie.
I'm not sure if he did or not. He missed a lot of races because of night shifts, so
Yeah.
he wasn't really able just to race a lot.
I call him Roberto.
Oh, Roberto, Mr. Crow. We call him Robbie Francovic.
No, it's been I was sort of like wondering what sort of happened to him. He's sort of racing here and there, but I didn't know if his knee was playing up or he wanted to break from it, and hopefully went going down to split 3. You know, Jamie's been doing really well the last few weeks. He's been kicking my butt every week.
Yeah, he finally got a new computer.
Yeah, I gathered that by the conversations. Oh, there we go.
Oh, is enough.
Yeah, I seem to find myself in a battle with Jamie quite often this season.
He's got moving again.
I was going to say that car didn't look too damaged. Let's
Oh.
go outside.
So what's the car? Is this your new scheme? This is the old scheme. What's the history to this one, Hamish?
So that was the car so it's based on the car that he raced in real life. That he won Winton in. But it's the because it was Team Retros, it's actually the livery that him and I drove our first Bathurst 1000 together back in 2021.
Oh, cool. I used my old paint with my first bonnet was with Dave
Saw the-
Bulldog.
I saw the Delta Force car on track. Robbie was getting flashbacks.
Yeah, I know, but the bonnet was Dave Bulldog. My first Harry Seaton paint job. That was the one I used on Thursday night.
So apparently we got to stay with Will for the next lap.
Well, he was hit from Michael, I do believe, into the dipper. But Michael's now ended up back behind him again, so it seems like he's redressed.
So that might have already happened.
Yeah.
All right, we've got to do a special mention. Trent Allen in first, followed in third Peter Verme, and then Wayne Sanderson.
I like Luke's comment. He just took that literally. Yeah, insane.
And Brett Horsell, he's another one that's just getting better and better each week. You always see his name up in the top 10 week in, week out.
I see the stream's buffering again. I'm not sure why though.
It's not major.
Ah, yep, I can see it on the YouTube one.
I know my ISP is doing maintenance on my service at the moment, so that's probably, I'll put mine down for that. But
So
they do it to me everywhere.
Huffy, who are your drivers besides Wayne? Who's the other one?
We've got Mick Power, Dave Galley, of course Wayne, and someone who's joining the team for next season. And I've got empty pockets now because of it.
So it's all right, Andrew. We know it's Jim.
Oh, it's good on you.
Wow.
Yeah, so Jim's joining the team and going to be another big asset.
Good on him.
So, yeah, looking forward to it.
Can you pronounce his last name?
Paparonis. There you go, straight off.
So does that mean that it's going to become Chubby Buns SCR next season?
No, we're still going to remain SCR. Jim and I have had a good talk over the season, and we're always talking. And so, to cut a long story short, he's joining next season. So we're pretty close on time, so we can get, pretty much Dave and Mick up to speed a bit quicker with the two of us doing coaching.
Good
cool.
stuff. Sounds interesting, yeah.
Yeah, well, every night we do coaching, so no one misses out.
How many teams does that mean Jimmy's been in the last couple of seasons?
That'll be his third since the start of 2024.
Well, at least that's Andrew. You've had your first bit of gossip in the broadcast. Jimmy
The
Caparonis.
inside scoop, thank you very much.
Jimmy Caparonis, the chubby bun man of the year, is joining
The shearing
SCR.
It's the shearing shed whispers is what it is. Oh, James Baldwin's off the track.
Yeah, I do know what backstory onto that. James had to take the call.
Yeah, he unfortunately his daughter has some issues, so he had to take a call. So I think he ends up in the pit lane for a good 1 or 2 laps when another call happens later in the race as well. So, but he kept going throughout the race. But yeah, so I hope everything's okay. With your daughter James, if you're watching, hopefully everything's all right.
Yeah, well, as I say, family first.
So we still got Trent in first, followed in third by Peter Vermey, and Wayne Sanderson still in fourth.
That bloke in second's pulled a bit of a gap on Peter Burney.
It's a hard name to pronounce. I can't do it.
Tell you what, Pecky's doing all right considering he's got to stand on the seat and push sticks into his pedals.
I was just trying to come up with something for Becky. Being so short, north, can't see above the steering wheel.
That's right.
I don't really know, Mark, but I've seen some photos of him, you know, when he was doing his workouts, you know. So yeah, you guys have known him long enough. I don't want to do any short jokes.
That's one of the nicest blokes you'll ever talk to in vets. He's got time for everyone.
Yeah, he has. But just don't ask him any advice on how to set up your steering wheel, because I did, and I never got mine back to where it was meant to be.
Oh, we've got a new bloke in second, Peter Vermey.
Well, to be fair to Pecky, he does have to drive one of those little child's steering wheels, so it's not always
Uses a booster.
Yeah, it's not always going to translate to an adult-sized steering wheel. Shorter turning ratio.
I bought a VR headset in the week and tried the VR for the first time, and I was on it for about an hour, and I felt sick for about 5 hours afterwards. I don't know how these guys do it in the VR.
Did you find your head wobbling from side to side afterwards?
Yeah, I was all over the place. I felt like I had a few beers.
His wife says he does that all the time.
Yeah, come on, Zip. Only for you. And Andrew. Yeah, it's definitely a different experience, though.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. Like I said, I've tried it once. I thought it was fantastic, but I mean, I only did a couple of laps here and there in it, but I thought the feeling was fantastic.
Yeah, it's very immersive.
More pits coming in. There they go. They're all starting to make their beeline there. Sanderson in, McMillan in. No safety cars, so strategy has that sort of strategy's gone out the door, and so now they have to start thinking about their fuel stops.
That's a three-way battle here.
No pressure on you there, Mark.
Yeah, the amount of cambers on this track, if you're not online, you lose so much time.
Yeah, Andrew.
Rhythm as well, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, this corner here especially, if you don't get in that camber there, you can lose half a second.
Andrew's up 18 spots. John Fillingham up 24. Trent's come into the pit.
I think Trent's actually looking forward to going up split 2. Because it's when you got a 10-second gap, 15-second gap, it's not the most exciting, is it?
Oh, it's only ever happened to me once at Red Bull. That's because Daniel Sheriff crashed. But I was excited.
Yeah, the way split 2 has been, especially this season, you either make up spots either in the pits or off the start. Geez, you know, all season it's been within a second of, you know, the first 20, 25 drivers. It's been so close.
Yeah,
Sa-
race
Safety car's
pace,
coming out, is it? Looks like
Yep.
the safety car's getting ready.
Yep, he is getting ready. There he goes.
and to that point, Hoffy, you know, like if you have a bad qualifying lap, you've got drivers down in 25th place that are running, you know, top 5 race pace. So it's just battles all the way through.
Yeah, exactly.
No, he's definitely Trent's obviously a name that we'll remember for next season and see how he goes and wish him all the best. And he'll look good with AJR colours.
From memory, I think
With
there's
his
a
coffee
car,
cup on top.
car stuck around this corner somewhere. I think it was. There it is.
Yeah, the only problem that Trent might have next season, well, not so much now that we're getting the Gen 3, but if it was still the Gen 2, is he's been running up front all season and he's miles, you know, miles ahead, and he's going to be around drivers his own pace, so it brings another aspect into how you drive.
Does.
Yeah, look, and he'll either. Oh, I think he'll enjoy it. I do. It's a pity that Ray Smith missed a few weeks because I thought Ray was someone that could really stick it to him.
Yeah, Ray had really good pace as well. You're right.
It definitely takes a while to, you know, you get used to the drivers you're driving around, and I think it takes a season to sort of get to know who you can give a bit of room to, or who's going to give a bit of room to you. It's you know, it takes a while to get to know everyone. Where it's like you say, Hoffy, in this, he hasn't really had to do that in this split.
Yeah, that's right.
And as you say, he was in Gen 3
Safety
car.
car's
Normally
out.
It's going to throw a curveball on a lot of drivers.
Yeah, I know. I'd already put it.
There's lock up going there.
Yes, Andrew, Mr. Rushworth. Yes, I did have a little bit of a gap at Silverstone before I ran out of fuel.
He only had a gap because everyone went in the pits and he didn't.
So safety car out. We've got Trent in first. We've got Nick Hessler in third. Roy Clark up the 4th spot, and Craig Healy up the 5th. I haven't missed anyone, have I?
I don't think you've missed anyone.
It's hard to read with the red writing. So in the top 10, the biggest movers are Wayne Reynolds, Craig Healy, Roy Clark, and Mark Horton, and Andrew Rushworth. Or should I say Andrew Longsdale?
So are they going to have the same safety car next season, or are they going to?
Yeah, I heard John talk about that on the Split 4 broadcast last night. Apparently, the safety car drivers said they weren't coming back unless they stayed with the same car. So, yes, that's the answer to your question.
Oh, I thought they would have used a Clio or something.
I thought they would have used the M2 because it'll have rain. It'll have rain and it looks like a road car.
You cars there getting a wave around?
That's good.
But that doesn't matter whether it has rain or not, because we aren't doing rain next season. We're going to watch and learn off what iRacing do with their series, the V8 supercar, and work it out from there.
I haven't watched Split 4 yet. As I hear there was a lot of safety cars in that.
I almost had to postpone to the night's broadcast because I was delayed after watching the Split 4 one this morning. Normally it's a breakfast thing. We sort of ran into lunchtime. So yeah, I won't give too much away because you haven't watched it, but yes, there were a shitload of safety cars. They tell me they breed. They tell me they breed, and yeah, they were considering putting a rubber on the safety car.
I heard the safety car had to actually pit for fuel.
Oh, wow.
There
was some crazy talk of it possibly classifying as a race finisher.
And Jeff Eddy didn't race tonight?
No, mate. He contacted me during the week, and it was just too much. 3:30 in the morning's a bit much. But he has painted up a NASCAR in our colours, which I thought was pretty cool.
He's doing a late model race this weekend, isn't he?
Yeah, I put a thing up on my face, or shared a thing on my Facebook. But yeah. Anyway, safety cars.
Oh. Cooling the tyres down.
Is this what happens when you don't give the keys to Ty Delaney?
And they're getting ready. This is what annoy you if you've got a big lead and that safety car comes out and you go, bugger, all that effort you put in and it's all gone. This will be interesting to see if Mark Peck can keep up with him. Who's in second? And they're away. Got a couple of blinkers in the back.
Oh, where's the look?
We're back into it.
So, Hoffy, if you're fuel saving, how many laps do you reckon you could do on a tank?
What's fuel saving? I haven't done that for a season and a half now.
That was WKMP Hoffy. SCR Hoffy is different.
Yeah, SCR Hoffy is very heavy on the loud pedal.
So what do you reckon, about 24 laps, 23 laps on a full tank?
I know when we did the 1000, I was filling up with 80 litres and doing 23 laps.
Okay, so
Sounds about right. For a full tank.
that's 80 litres, he said, not a full
Oh,
tank.
for 80, sorry. Full tank.
Yeah.
So what do you reckon? what do you reckon people could get on a full tank? Because you've got 29 laps to go, so they're obviously going to have to do another stop.
Yeah, probably at around 22, 23 laps. Yeah, I mean, cooler weather, you'd probably get 23.
There's a few guys out there that have done 2 stops already, and I just don't think they won't have a chance of making it home.
Not with 29 laps to go, no. But in saying that, you'll get a massive undercut on the next stop.
Appears that Mark Houghton is blinking in and out quite a fair bit.
Yeah, you can see him. Oh, or not see him. So, who are the privateers in Split 3? Anyone know?
I don't know if there are any.
For all you teams out there, you see any privateers, give them a hoy. Let them join.
Yeah, if the R's got a 1 seat available.
So is anyone, actually I have a good question for the chat and for you guys. So is anyone actually planning on updating their livery for Gen 3?
I do believe we may work on something.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be changing ours massively, although, yeah, it'll just look a bit different. But, yeah, we might change things around a little bit.
Yeah, our livery's going to be completely different.
I would say Andrew won't touch us, but I know what Andrew's like, and we
Probably
could.
put chrome on it.
We'll be, yeah, he'll do anything. He'll have fluoro headlights.
Well, you've got to be seen.
Got to be trendy, man. Got to be trendy. I'm definitely bringing back the chrome on at least my car. If the rest of the team doesn't want to run chrome, they don't have to, but mine will have. I think I'll probably do some all with chrome to start out with anyway.
Oh, I found out recently, so obviously Wade Reynolds races for JWM. They actually picked up Coca-Cola as a sponsor for their team recently, so they're starting to make moves of trying to improve their presence and wherever they're racing. So, be interesting to see.
That's
if
a
any
big
other
name.
team-
Oh, there's a wobble.
Yeah.
It's great to see so many, what I would say, relatively small teams out there. Back in the days where it first started, if you had a talented driver join your team, it wouldn't take long before the big teams would just poach them and take them away. So it's good to see a lot more teams out there than just the 1 or 2 or 3 big names out there that've been around for a long time.
Well, it's quite interesting how much teams, if you look back probably nearly 2 years ago now, teams that controlled the field in the amount of drivers they had, it's actually shrunken quite a fair bit. Like WKMP this season had 2 drivers in Split 2, where they used to have about 4 or 5 drivers in Split 2 at one time. You know, and then, I mean, Shadow Racing, what, Mark, would you say majority of your drivers are in Split 3?
The majority are.
Yeah.
We've got a couple in Split 1, a couple in Split 2, and there's 3 of us in Split 3, so we're spread out.
Yeah.
Might change coming up this season. A couple of Split 2s may come back to Split 3. And we're not really sure on how that's going to work yet.
Yeah, surprised. Hopefully, Ed Fox is okay, because I haven't really seen his name much this season. He's sort of the highest sort of ranked Player 1 driver that I've really seen. Hopefully he comes back.
Alright, I'm going to have to jump off, guys. It's been a pleasure. And yeah, see you all in the Gen 3s.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, Dean, and thanks for like stepping up last few weeks on the broadcast too. It's been really helpful.
It's been fun, mate. It's been fun.
Thanks, mate.
All right, Dean, you take care. Love you.
See you later, sweetheart.
See
ya.
you.
Bye.
See you, Dean.
No, Dean's had a great season this season. He said last season there was a lot of computer issues, and he went out and fixed them all up, and it showed in his racing this season.
Yeah, it's surprising how much that can change a driver.
Yeah, I can vouch for that too. It just yeah, sometimes if your mind's not on your driving and it's on your computer issues, for example, then it can certainly muck up a whole season.
Absolutely. So is Mark going to give us an onboard track guide?
I don't go on backboard on track runs, mate, because I'm never up the pointy end.
Will that track guide include correction left, correction right across the whole lap?
Yeah, well,
So I could have taken this corner a lot faster if the setup was a lot better.
Well, when we
there's no joke in that, though, Zippy, because the setup that I got, well, it showed me that I was actually doing the cutting wrong, completely wrong, and I gained a lot of time on the cutting. But as soon as I jumped back in on this one, I was back to my old habit.
Yeah, look, you've raced for a long time, Mark. I remember racing you in officials a long time ago, and yeah, I don't know nothing about how to set up a car, and so to me it's great that you can jump in this car and you feel like everyone's equal except for your driving skill. So I quite like it, and yeah, I'm glad. I hope it doesn't change.
I personally feel that the setup builder has very high-end equipment, and it doesn't marry up with those that don't have high-end equipment.
Yeah.
I disagree with that.
No, because John and Bruce went in and pulled Jamie aside, and they went in and got all his setup details, all his what he's using for brake, his FOV, how he's running his monitors, all down to the nitty gritty, and they come back and went, well, this setup isn't that bad after all.
Oh, yeah. You got to have your settings right to get anywhere. That's a must. If your FOV and that's not set up properly, it's just you're just not going to get anywhere really.
I know mine's not 100%, but then saying that, Gen 3s may change a lot of FOVs, so I'm not willing to set mine up just yet properly because we don't know what it's going to be. So I do know it does need to be changed drastically, but until the Gen 3 comes down, I'll sit down to do it again.
Yeah, you go into your what is it, Control 12, and you set them up through there and then save them, and nothing ever changes from car to car.
My rig does need to be adjusted as well. The seat needs to come forward, the wheel needs to go up and back a little bit, the monitors need to come down. It's a major change on Thursday.
So you'll gain 2 seconds. Oh, cool.
Trent's moving away again, and with Roy Clark in third, losing grip on who's in second.
Short man.
Could always just call him the dwarf.
So, with this setup, we did a lot of work the first couple of days when it came out on how to get around the top, because that was the biggest issue. So, from the cutting right through the skyline, none of the SCR blokes were touching the brakes. But the setup was that good. Sorry, Mark, but I just had to add that.
It's alright. You drive differently, you got a different setup, or like you got different pedals and different things. So that's all I'm going to say. Is I personally don't believe it comes down to all that.
Well,
And I always have.
I had a big discussion about that years ago, and I was told it's not the equipment you've got, it's how you use the equipment you've got.
Yeah, well, I went from a G27 to the Fanatec Elite to the Fanatec 2.5, and I made improvements on all of it as I went through. It's not the way I wanted to go, but it was the most affordable way to go.
Yeah.
If you can start off with the best of the best, you're going to be up the front.
Oh yeah, I mean, look at he's just destroyed.
Yeah, because he started off with really good high-end stuff. But by progressively going along, it's taking that time to adjust.
Yeah.
I had the G27 for like 8-9 years.
Yeah.
And once I went to the Logitech Pro, I was shaving a second off each track.
I'm not saying that the Logitech G27 was bad. It was a good wheel.
Yeah.
I had mine for 10 years before the little centre thing wouldn't centre the wheel anymore, so I had to change out and get a new wheel.
Yeah, it's definitely gains to be made with good equipment, isn't there? There's no doubt about it. But it's amazing some of the gear that's being used to achieve some amazing things too out there. You hear some stories.
I'm waiting for Moser to bring out their active pedal set, because I've got the Moser wheelbase now. It's been really, really good. Enjoying what I'm feeling out of that. But now I just want to get rid of the V3s and match up the pedals to these new active Moser ones that are coming. And I still haven't heard when they're coming.
It's amazing what you can spend. I'm listening to a few of the guys asking for this and that through Neil Waters, and and the prices. I go, oh, shit. I don't even spend that much money on the cars.
Yeah, I did that when I first started iRacing. I was racing just doing some Mazda stuff one night, and I heard two guys having a chat, and they said, "Oh, I've spent upwards of about $7,500 on my rig," and I'm thinking, what have I got myself into here?
Yeah.
And that was 11 years ago. So.
Yeah, I saw on one of the channels a while ago, one of those sim rigs have the hydro arms that come up and down, so you're imitating going around corners and up and down over things, and I just can't imagine what that would cost. It'd have to be $40,000-$50,000 for the setup.
The D-box, the first D-box setup that came out with the actuators that moved the rig, they were about 17,000. I first seen them when I made inquiries on them, when I seen them, because I watched the video on it. I thought these were really good. I want to know how much they are. 17,000 just for the actuators and box.
Yeah, then you throw in everything else, and then a bloody top-line computer. I mean, for a good computer to race this game, you're going to have to spend at least $3,500 up. Might have to take up golf again.
Yeah, you're right. But then I look at people like David Logsdale and think, well, if I'm still racing in 15 years' time, then I've just made a really good investment updating my screens and my graphics card and everything else recently. So, yeah, I mean, if my body and my mind will let me do it, I'll still be doing this in 15 years' time.
Yeah, well, you're not going to get injuries from crashing, are you?
No, that's what I mean, and I just think, you know, yes, it's a lot of money, but you've got to sort of future-proof this sort of thing because it's advancing all the time, isn't it?
Yeah, Peter Vermey's on screen at the moment. Nice black car. But yeah, currently one position down behind Brett Horsell. There you go, Brett. But yeah, look, it's a hard one. You know, you to get better, you got to have the practice. To practice, you got to set time aside. Set time aside. It's hard for everyone to do it. Work commitments, family commitments. You know, I'm a bit lucky that, you know, kids are all grown up and all that left home, but there's other ones out there that yeah, it's a totally different ball game. And you've got talent. Talent will get you that far, but to get that extra 0.1 whatever, you really need the practice and then the gear.
Yeah, and John Latham's sort of feeling that this season because he's back on a rotating shift. He has a young family, so he just hasn't had the time to put into it, which is a shame because John's a great driver.
Yeah, Scotty Gamble gave the best advice to me that I've ever had, and that was not to do too much. Because if you do too many laps, then you start to learn bad habits. So I've cut my practice down to like an hour and a half every night, rather than going for 3 or 4 hours. Because once I reach a certain point, it just carries on to the next session. So I've cut it back, and
Yeah, but I also think that you know, if you've got time, jump in, have a bit of a practice, and it just passes the time around sometimes. But yeah, you're right. I mean, usually I jump on the new track on a Sunday, and you know, by Sunday, Monday, I've hit my fastest lap, and the rest of the week I don't get anywhere near it.
Yeah.
Trent's moving away again, and Mark Peck in second, getting a bit of a buffer on Roy, and who's got a bit of a buffer on Nick as well. Good to see Will Munro going up too. He hasn't gained or lost, but he's in 8th, so he's been consistent.
20 laps to go.
Well, they must be thinking about their fuel stocks because they could get home from here. Which Scotty, Ross? There's a couple there. Reg James currently on screens, up 8 positions, sticking to Matt McMillan nicely.
Yeah, Nick's really come on strong this season, hasn't he?
Yeah, I agree.
Yes, I think he's found the love, his mojo back, and yeah, he's really putting a lot of effort into it. But you look at the board and go right down to 20th. And really, any of those blokes could still, do all right in split 2.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But like the times they're doing now are the times we were doing, 5 seasons ago. So, that's how much everyone's improved.
And there's a lot of names there that have raced in split 2 when it was only 3 splits or whatever. And there's a lot of guys that have been there and done that.
Half the split was either new or returning drivers or former split 2 drivers from the season before.
Oh, half?
Yeah, half. Half of this split was made up of either new or returning drivers into vets or drivers who were in split 2 the season before, so who were in split 2 in season 20. So it's like we mentioned at the start of the season, the measuring sticks kind of changed now. A lot of people would think, oh, a certain driver shouldn't go into split 3 or a certain driver shouldn't go into split 2. Well, we're actually back at the start again of the measuring system, because someone who may have formerly been locked into split 1 could probably make an argument they might be challenged in split 2.
Yeah. Yes. There's lots of really good drivers in split 2. There's really good drivers that look forward to see how blokes like Steve Grumley and that, progress to split 1, and give it a good shake.
Well, he did lock himself in last week to joining split 1. This week is all about him winning his championship. And if there isn't 40 cars in the field for the split 2 race, then all he has to do is make 75%, which I think is 36 or 37 laps.
Yeah.
He's won the title. So.
Yeah, look, he's driven this season really, really well, being so consistent and measured in his driving, just so measured.
It's very similar to Langley last season. They've completely changed their mindset, it seems, when approaching racing. I don't think I've seen Steve drive, maybe a couple of glimpses, but nowhere near as much as what he used to do in terms of audacious or uncalculated moves as what he would have previously done that then would have caused accidents. This season he's been a lot more calculated and precise in how he was going to race, and he's happy to consolidate a position if it means he's going to get a podium, or if he's going to get a second. He hasn't always had to push for a win just to get a solid chunk of points. Probably hasn't helped that Luke also had a couple of very poor races, whether it was a fault of his own or a fault of someone else's.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think Luke shocked himself more than shocked everyone else. He's driven brilliantly too, but the amount that he's improved this season it's just uncanny. It's unbelievable.
Well,
Again, it was predictable. He got his first set of load cell pedals and that sort of thing, and improved straight away. So yeah.
Well, he also, I mean, if we hadn't gone to 4 splits this season, he would have been in split 1 because he finished inside the top 10 last season.
Wow. Okay, we didn't know that.
He would have actually gone up to split 1 because of his 6 best performances in season 20. So because of the fact we actually went to 4 and only the top 3 went up, that's why he stayed in split 2, and that's why he's put himself in contention for a championship.
Yeah, look, he's got every chance of making it, depending on the result. But, yeah, look, I can't say too much because he's a teammate, but, yeah, he's just, I mean, he was level with me, and he's just moved so far away from me that, he's untouchable.
Are you sure you haven't regressed a little bit, Zippy?
Probably. But my times, I'm still getting PBs and still doing that. In personal feeling, I've been hit just about every race, so which sets you up for the following week to get really cautious. And yeah. Oh, here we go. Munro.
Mr. Healy found a driveway. enough, Will hasn't come in to fix that car yet.
Sorry about this buffering, guys. I don't know what's causing it.
I don't think it's your end. Because we've got it fine.
Yeah, I've got the broadcast playing on a fifth screen as well, and it's buffering. But
Yeah, my other screen's buffering. Yeah.
But yeah, I suspect it's a YouTube thing or an internet thing. Everything's humming at this end.
Yeah, like I said, Hamish, it'd be interesting to see what they do. I mean, I know there's some great drivers joining this season, so where they're going to slip in, I don't know. And then are they going to still do the top three? Are they going to make it a bit
They said
more?
it's going to be top 5, apparently.
Yeah, well, they've changed it every time I listen to them, so who knows what they're going to actually set it in concrete yet. So, but
Oh, a lot coming into the pits now.
I think we have a safety car because of Craig. I think he might be stuck in that driveway at the top of the hill. Yep.
Jason chins up 2 spots.
It is, yeah.
Well, this will make it very interesting. We've got 16 laps to go.
Technically it's 17. It's inclusive of the lap. But by the time we go green, probably be 15 or 14 laps to go. Interestingly enough, if Mark can actually finish where he is, even with Roy in P4, off best 6 performances, Mark would actually be a driver to go up into split 2 next season if it was top 5.
But once again, another driver that has raced in split 2 and even won a race in split 2.
Well, he's won multiple. Nearly won a championship there back in season 14. But again, that was a completely different split 2. Like those people who were winning races in split 2 that season, they're all in the mid-pack and even towards the back of the field of split 2 now. So it's completely changed.
Oh, look, it's a fantastic league, you know. It's there's quite a few other V8 leagues out there, and to me, the way it's run and organised, it's second to no one.
Especially when you take into account the size that it is as well. It's hard to keep 180, 200 people happy, that's for sure.
Well, it's near on impossible.
That's right, you're never going to please everyone, are you?
Well, just like any league, it has got its kinks, but the willingness to fix those or try and avoid them is top end. Like, the league is very willing to make adjustments if they need to accommodate, you know, whatever it is. So
Yep.
they're open and they're honest and they're happy to hear the criticism about what they might be facing. But at the end of the day, it is the biggest supercars league in Australia based on the numbers that are involved.
Yeah, we had Yowie in here last week, and he was saying how the OSR is still the longest running league going, but you know, I don't think they had as many drivers as what vets have now. I mean, the development racing was, you know, it was the ants pants in my day. You know, you jump on that had usually have 2 splits, and it was really well done.
Go the safety car.
Well, I mean, for a single make series or a single make league, there's nothing that really matches vets. You know, for a series that only runs 1 car type, 1 race across 4 splits every week, there's nothing that compares to it. You know, Scops has maybe 70 drivers. Pro Series is limited by how many drivers it has. SRW is not a one make series. It's multiple series in one league. So, you know, it's just grown and grown over the last 5 years.
We're about to hit the the go button again. Yeah, I will with that Pro Series. I'm hoping that Luke Allman actually gets an invite to that. And away they go. Green, green, green. Oh, Brett's in 2nd spot. Well done, Brett. That was an awesome pit move there. Brett in 2nd, Mark Horton in 3rd, Roy Clark in 4th, Mark Peck in 5th. Oh, 6th.
What have we got? A 15-lap sprint to the end.
Pretty close.
That's the safety cars.
Trent's probably saying to himself, what do I got to do? I get this gap and I keep getting it pulled back.
Just the parodies of here trying to make it seem like he is not the most dominant driver this season.
So is this, do you reckon this is all rigged? Do you reckon they've, the committee have got onto some bloke to say, mate, if this, you know, gets too far out, crash?
100%. Yep. That's the conspiracy that I'm selling, right?
Good evening, everyone.
How's it going, Sweet Parent?
It's Scott.
Mr. Perrin.
Hey, Scotty.
How are we all going tonight?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. How was your race at this point?
Yeah, trying to get high, but couldn't get any higher than I was.
And that's another example, Hamish, Scott Perrins, you know. Let's talk about him while he's on. Sort of, you know, in Split 2, only a few seasons back, you know, he won his first race and was blitz in the field and sort of struggled. You know, he sort of struggled to match it in Split 3. That's how tight the field is.
Well, I
Dude.
think
It was actually Split 3 I won the
Yeah, Split 3, sorry, but you went up to Split 2 for it.
yeah, correct.
and then rolled the car at Road America.
Yeah. Won't forget that.
I think probably as I said, the biggest regression is probably those drivers who were top of the championship in season 14, but I think it's not a fault of their own. I think the whole field's just gotten quicker, you know, and
Totally agreed. They are.
and a bit more consistent and stuff like that, you know, where I think they just haven't progressed quite as much as what other drivers have, you know, but not even the people who are at the front of the tennis split to at that point. I think even people who are
Oh,
further
Andrew,
back-
Andrew.
No.
I know that.
Oh.
Andrew, did you see a sheep on the road and try to avoid it?
Well, you
It's a
don't
horrible
avoid-
spot there. Yeah, look, there's so many new names. I joined in season 12, but so many new names have joined since even my inception. So yeah,
Even just new names, like drivers who joined in that period, in the last sort of 18 to 24 months, who have just shown improvement over that period of time. I mean, you look at Mark Poynton, first season he finished inside the top 10 of the championship, and split 2 the next season. He was in contention for the championship. Very similar situation actually to Luke Goldman. There's a lot of similarities there between the two.
powers down the wall.
This should have to be probably one of the strongest split 3 I've been in.
It's arguably the strongest.
Yeah.
It's no longer the bottom
Oh,
tier.
so I'm in black.
A rare appearance from Mr. Black in the race.
Yeah, but that's, you spin there and you just have to wait for everyone to go past. Nice little flip.
Yeah, like this is no longer the bottom tier of vets. This is kind
That's
of like
right.
it's the, I don't want to say the breeding ground, but it's the proving ground almost. A bit like Split 2. I think the difference between this and Split 2 though is this split probably has a couple more drivers at the back of the field who you could argue could go in between Split 3 and Split 4, which is always going to be. It's the same with back end of Split 1. There are drivers you can argue could go between Split 2, Split 1. Same with Split 2, Split 3. But I just think because this is closer to the bottom end, you're more likely going to have more of those drivers who could float in between than you would in the top 2 tiers.
Absolutely.
Definitely something choppy going on with the feed. It's still showing lap 33 and we're on lap 37.
Yeah, it's just still on the safety car over the hill.
Yeah.
Oh well, you got all the off season to look at all that stuff.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not this end, that's the problem.
Rich James up 11. Mark, you're up 10 by this stage. John Fillingham up 18. Scott McKenzie up 14.
I had a very good battle with Aiden. I had a chat to him at the end of the race and he was determined not to let me by. He made that the widest Mustang ever.
No, yours was wider once.
I actually gave him a little tap.
Oh,
Yeah, got clipped the inside curb. See, again. Nice set of shocks would have taken that curb and not even had an issue there. But again, it is what it is. There's a hobby.
Oh, if you say so, mate. You're the...
But yeah, no, it was a good battle, and I caught up to Aiden a couple laps later, and yeah, it was on again.
oh, John Fillingham.
Around.
And John's another one that sort of struggled a bit this season.
Yeah, he hasn't gone. But he did have a couple of seasons off.
Yeah, I think he had at least one season off.
Yeah. And that makes you rusty.
Yeah. But, you know, he's a damn good driver.
Yeah, unfortunately, take your season off.
You are.
Yeah, next
Oh,
season.
here we go. Ant, he was going really well too. Yeah, I hummed it hard too, Scott. So I know how you feel.
I got no choice. I've got to move.
Okay.
So we'll be back season 23.
Good evening, Luke.
Evening.
Oh no.
Evening, Jippy.
Can't hear you, sorry.
Hey Luke, how are you, mate?
Yeah,
All right,
good.
Luke.
Not a bad race going.
No, if you took Trent out, yeah, it's as evens as Stevens.
Oh, so Mark Horton's in second.
Yeah, Mark Horton's in second.
Yeah,
He's been there, he's been most of the time there.
not Mark Peck, Mr. Horton this time.
Where is Peck? No, there he is in sixth.
Oh, Roy's doing all right up in fourth.
Did someone steal Peggy's seat?
Yeah.
So how are you enjoying this season, Luke?
Yeah, it was all right, I suppose.
No, but how are you enjoying it?
Yeah, yeah, good. Yeah.
Got all new gear, basically a new computer.
Yeah, there's always something to upgrade.
Oh, it's
Well,
never ending as far as as it goes. You can see something and you go, oh, that'd be good. How can I get that?
it's a bit like owning a bait. You always put your hand in the pocket.
Oh, bit of a bash.
Oh, that's a big hit.
Oh. Could this be another safety car? Ah, I think he's going to be able to move it. Oh, watch out, Andrew.
Oh,
Looks like his car's going to make it. That was the pass of the season there, Andrew.
Yeah, I don't know about that, mate. Must say I'm really struggling.
Oh, judging by the comments, there's a new shaker in Brett. Brett's moved up to second. Got path mark. Top stuff, Brett. Roy's making his move. Up 7. Good team M1 Racing. I said it last week, but to me they're the I feel like they're basically the strongest team going around. But obviously not in split one, because I don't know who races in split one.
Darren Crosby and Stephen Kennedy.
No, okay. But yeah, they've really their driver choices have really shone out this season.
Did you say the top 5 drivers go up split, saying?
Nah, that's what I heard. Yes, Hoffy.
Oh, thanks, mate. Wayne will be happy.
Top 5 after best 6, but I do believe Wayne would be locked in at this point where he is. So the drivers it was between, when I did the calculation, was Roy Clark, Mark Howden, or James Boardman.
Oh, yeah.
At this stage, Mark in third would be good enough for him to get top 5 after best 6, and that would put him up.
Oh, okay. Wayne will be happy about that.
Yeah, there'll be 3 of your cars in the split 2 next season.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, gentlemen, I need to go and prepare for the split 2 broadcast. Congratulations on a great season and on your first season as a broadcaster, Jono. Did a very good job.
Thanks, mate.
Animosity and challenges, so you've done well. Enjoy your break, guys, and hope you enjoy split 2 and you can watch it tonight.
Thanks, Hamish.
See you, Hamish.
See you, mate.
Geez, they're putting a lot of time into Mark Peck here, aren't they? They're showing him a lot.
Yeah, yeah. All that sponsorship money.
Obviously left the money on the fridge.
So how close is the championship points from follow?
In split 3.
Yeah.
I did bring them up at the start, but yeah, I'm not going to bring them up now, or it'll block everything out.
Oh, look,
Pretty close.
it's pretty close. I haven't got last week's scoring, so I can't really say, but yeah, I still think Trent is in another world, and then the rest.
Yeah, that time would have had him in the top 2 for split 2.
Yeah, would it?
Wonder where it would have put him in split 1. Yeah, it's got to be interesting next season. You know, obviously everyone's going to be roughly in the same boat with the new cars, having to learn them. But I'm interested to see how Uren goes, because obviously he'll go up a split. You know, it'll be interesting to see where he sits in split 3 if he doesn't go to straight to split 2, which I hope he doesn't go to split 2. I hope he goes to split 3, because it'd be good to see how a driver goes up from one split to another split to another split if he can, and you know, because it'll be the first time ever that a split 4 driver has that chance to grow.
Yeah, agree. If he jumps to split 2, it might just be a little bit too much. You know, he's capable of the speeds, but instant is when you're thrown in the deep end. Could be a little bit different.
But yeah, as I said, if he wins, well, he obviously has won the championship. You know, he's the inaugural split 4 champion. There's been no other split 4 champion, so it'd be just interesting to see how he grows, because he's definitely got some talent, and I reckon he could make split 2 quite comfortably. But I just like to see him grow from one split to the next.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah, well, his time last night would have been in the top 10 start split 2.
Okay. We've got 8 laps to go, and Trent's moved away again to a nice 6.5 second lap lead, followed by Brett Horsell, who's hotly chased by Mark Horton, with Matt McMillan in the slipstream and Roy Clark Mark Peck, Wayne Sanderson, Nick Hessler, Peter Vermey and Andrew Rushworth making up the top 10.
Good stuff.
Looking at the comments, Brett's shocked that he's in split 2, but we all know that he knew he was going to be there. He's had a good season in the officials as well, Brett. Oh, Ross Watson's joined the chat. He's also having a brilliant season. I've been watching him in the New Zealand League, and he's really improved.
He certainly has. We used to be very similar lap times, but he's getting a lot quicker than me at the moment.
Yeah, he's certainly had a few good finishes all season.
Yep, definitely.
Oh, geez, Roy was all slidey then coming in.
If you push him now, Roy, give him an inch and he'll take 2.
Oh, yeah.
That's some good driving here.
His V3's always been pretty clean racing.
Less safety cars.
Hey, Hoppy, you there?
Yeah, mate.
What's Wayne's car? What's his one of his original cars? His paint?
When I jumped in the V8 and started racing the V8, I was in the European V8 series, and Wayne raced there, and that's where this paint is from. That's from 2019.
Oh, hang on to it.
That's one way to get through the track quickly. Okay, so there, yeah, so it's got some memorabilia for it.
Yeah, yep. That's why I was, when I seen him in here, I reached out to him straight away, because I knew him from way back then.
I've got to say, Hoppy, I'm disappointed I didn't see old Rusty out there on your livery.
No, Rusty's been put out the pasture. actually on Trading Paints, that Rusty.
Yeah, I have seen it on Trading Paint.
Was a pretty popular paint at one stage.
Well, you know, Rusty Commodore, you know, they are all just rusty buckets.
Well, I did the same thing with the Mustang too, but yeah, just didn't have the quality that the Commodore had.
Getting down to the nitty gritty now.
Oh, Brett's putting the move.
All the way down to 10th. It's just, you know, a couple of seconds involved.
Oh!
Mark.
Oh. Yeah.
Commentator's curse, was it? No, not quite.
He's getting feisty now.
There's certainly some close racing going on, considering we haven't had that many safety cars and we're on lap 46.
Yeah, it's actually really good.
Yeah, you just feel like a big crash is about to happen, don't you?
Yeah.
Lock up.
There's a lot of lockup going on like last night. I feel that a lot of people were still struggling with where to have brake lines. I did that early in the week. I thought I had it right and come in later in the week and it was completely wrong. So yeah, I struggled for the last 2 days finding a brake line.
Gone in again.
You playing the mate?
Oh,
On this time.
they're not going to call the safety car for a couple of laps to go. They're going to just kick him out, aren't they?
Yeah, there's only 3 laps.
It's a pity for him though, because he was doing really, really well.
Yeah, he was in second.
Yeah.
Oh, he's getting some good advertising anyway at the moment.
Yeah.
Can't see him moving. Oh, there he goes.
Well, there he goes. Must have been the colour of those wheels.
Yes, I have a confession to make. I did the entire race, or the entire night actually, with voice chat turned off when iRacing.
Well, you're lucky you didn't need to use it.
Yeah, I was when the first safety car came out. I was just lucky that I was glancing at my relatives. I thought, oh, I'm catching these guys very quickly. But yeah, I didn't see any text messages or anything. So
Oh, here we go. The move's going.
That looks
Oh, bit of a
scrammy.
tap.
Oh.
Well, that's cost him a couple of positions.
Not yet.
Not yet. At the inside line. Has Matt McMillan always been in chubby buns?
WKFP, yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought he was racing with RaceKraft last season.
No, he's always been with WKMP.
There's Trent way 13 seconds in front. Just sitting there reading the paper.
Hand out on the window.
Yeah, having a ciggy. Empty, half-filled stubby in the stubby holder.
Smoke in his right hand.
Looking
Yeah, at this stage I had to smoke him right in.
probably doing selfies on Facebook. Look at me, look at me.
Couple of laps to go, guys. Who are we starting to think about for Chappie One's driver of the day?
Oh, that's you'd have to give it to Brett. My opinion, anyway.
Yeah, up 12 spots.
Yeah, it's a tough one too because Mark's up there as well. Mark Peck, he's had a good drive, but yeah, Brett's done really well.
Sorry,
But-
yeah, I said he's up 12 spots. He's up 12 seconds. 3 spots.
3 spots. I just think that, I don't know what the end of the race is going to be like, but the way he's sort of put under pressure, I think he's done a really top job. I mean, Peck, obviously, special mention, but even Roy, but I feel Brett's done a really good job.
Well, I'm surprised Roy's still circulating.
Crash.
Yeah.
Still got a lap to go.
Give him time.
True.
Roy's one of those drivers where if he's on, he's really on, and he's a hard man to catch.